Hello, 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 and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and where you can always come to us first to quench your reality thirst. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Purr. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I am currently just drinking on this water. I've been drinking on this water probably for 2 days now, and I never finished it, but I'm going to finish it today because why not? Today is the day. But if I was drinking anything else, I would probably be drinking it out of my cup mug. That's always handy. That's always here. And I would shade Taylor for not having a cup mug, but I can't. Because literally this morning, Taylor bought the cup mug.
I was not getting shaded again. I knew it was coming before I even began getting ready. I had to order my cup mug. So sometime after Christmas, I am going to be looking so stylish. I'm going to be sipping the tea with the best of them, and I cannot wait.
Period. And look, I'm gonna tell you now, it's weird. Don't think it's defective because the logo is in the front, so instead of on the side. So
I've never even realized that mugs normally do that. They put it on the side, I guess, so you can see
so you can hold it and see it. And I was like, sure, we could do that, but I wanted it like this because I want to hold it and show it like that. But there we go. Even though it's weird to drink that way, but it's fine. But you also can get your cup mug at lanagscreations.etsy.com. And we do ship internationally and domestically in the US. So there are no excuses. All the cool kids have one and all the cool kids are getting one. So get you one too. And we have other cup merch, by the way. We don't have just cup mugs. We have other cup merch, cup socks, cup hats. We're getting cup shirts soon. It's coming. Check it out at lanagscreations.etsy.com. The link will be in the description below. Period.
I'm not drinking anything today. I don't have my water bottle. I don't have my cup mug. But, we just discussed. I'm going to be so good so soon. Hi, y'all. It's Taylor. I'm happy to be back again.
We're happy to have you back. And we're happy to have all of you back too. Continue this journey that we're on with House of Villains and episode 9. What a season. What an episode. And we're going to talk all about it. But first, before we do that, subscribe to this channel. You're here. You see us. You love us. We appreciate you. We love you. So subscribe to this channel so you can get all things House of Villains and all things reality TV because we cover almost everything reality TV and put out content almost every single day. So you might want to check us out. And if you're a fan of drag or drag race or drag of any kind, you could check us out on our main channel at The Cup Pod, where we put out content almost every single day as we discuss almost everything drag. And if you happen to be a fan of Eurovision, it's that season. It's ramping up. Things are happening over there. And we have a whole channel dedicated just for Eurovision. So go check out that channel at The Cup ESC, and you can do all things Eurovision on that channel. It's going to be great. They're having a great time putting out all the content for almost everything Eurovision. So check all of that out. So now we got all of that out of the way.
The villains.
Let's get into the villains of it all because baby, this episode was something else. It was something else. So go ahead.
I just want to say, pour one out for Bobby.
Mr. Bobby Lights, I tell you. That man not only dominated himself as the supervillain, lost the redemption challenge, and got himself eliminated. That was iconic. I'm not gonna lie. It's good TV.
Great TV. Yeah, and this episode, I feel like it starts off with Johnny just being like pouring one out for our man Bobby too, giving his little doll a shot of vodka, ordering an Uber to send it on down the road. You know what? Bobby is sent out like a king, as he deserves. We
I
love
mean,
him.
he went to rodeo, so why not? Although they did just fling him out the car, but he got
He
out.
got
He
the
went out.
rodeo.
He got to rodeo, so that's okay.
That's the Uber driver's fault. You know, that's like Johnny needs to give that Uber driver like 2 stars.
Yeah,
Now that
because I
you've seen
mean,
the episode.
like you've seen him, like you threw him out like that. You didn't even sit him on the curb nicely. No, you
Not
get
right.
2 stars for that. That's not right. It's not right. But so we go and everybody's just like milling around. It was really nothing happening at the beginning because everybody's
Vibes
just
chill.
very chill. Nobody's cooking because Bobby's gone and Bobby did all the cooking. So everybody's eating cereal now, ordering Uber Eats. So, because apparently we do this here in House of Villains. We just order food and that's what we do. Because that conversation comes up a lot in this episode about how people are just ordering food and running up the
I
bill.
feel
But
like I saw people's like phones a lot more in this episode. You know,
absolutely,
I think the
it's like,
villains are like done with each other, done with this game, ready to get back to their lives. The phones are coming out.
it's like I have no interest in talking to any of you anymore. So there we go.
Omarosa's looking for another doctor, a second
Right.
opinion, a third opinion.
She's talking to her lawyers, like, I think they're, yeah. Ooh, Jesus Christ, Omarosa. So we get to Eva comes on and she's like, villains, make your way out to the front of the house. And they go out to the front and Joel is there. And he's like, all right, welcome to your next challenge. He said, but things are a little different. Let me explain. So the chart comes out and they were like, we will still have a supervillain, but the supervillain will nominate 2 people for the hit list. And there is no redemption challenge. So the hit list is just the hit list. Once you're there, that's it. You don't come off, and one of you will be eliminated or banished from the house. So everybody's like, oh, so the game has changed. I mean, with only 6 people, absolutely the game has to change. You can't have 3 supervillains and then 2 people are the vote and it's a tie, and it's too much. Or no, because somebody will come down, but it's still the game has changed. Two people on the hit list.
It makes sense. Like supervillain, you wouldn't want to put 3 of 5 people up. Like at this point in the game, it's time for a bit of a shift. So I'm here for it. And it also means we're probably getting the whole round this episode, which I was
absolutely, which I was here for. I was like, thank goodness we don't have to break it up into 2 episodes. But so he announces the game, and it's called Blow by Blow or something like that.
Something like that. They've all got these leaf blowers, colored leaf blowers, and they have like all of these color balls have been spread throughout the house, generally speaking downstairs. And in the backyard, there are these like numbered hoops that they can blow the balls into. They can't use their body. They can't like push each other, but they can blow these balls. And I think it's like worth 1 point, 2 points, or 5 points. And after 25 minutes, whoever gets the most points will win. Yep. Except, and then upstairs, we've also got a fuck you, or an F you, sorry, hoop, where you can blow someone's ball through. If you get their ball into the FU hoop, they have to quit playing.
Freeze up is FU in this game. It's freeze up, Taylor, not the other one.
Well, Anfisa did not know that because Anfisa immediately goes for Shake, is the only person that's going for the FU, and it is definitely a fuck you. Like Anfisa made no qualms about having that be known.
Absolutely. Absolutely. She was like, I can care less about Shake. I don't want him to win. I don't care if I win. I just don't want him to win. And you know what, Anfisa?
Slay.
I was here for that. I was like, work, Diva. You ate that up. You ate that up. She made no qualms about it. And so everybody was like, they would go do the challenge, except Omarosa. Because apparently the medic on the show told Omarosa that she can't participate because her wrist is hurting, and it wouldn't be wise for her to participate in said challenge. Now, this is the risk.
And she lets everybody know this.
Yeah.
Like, the house has to know. The medic is not letting me play, y'all.
It's not my doing. It's the medic saying I shouldn't, and I have to respect what the medic is saying, because I would love to play, but my wrist, because I was attacked by a tambourine.
A rogue tambourine. And, you know, even though you could say, well, you could hold it with the leaf blower, you could hold it with your other wrist.
Mm-hmm.
I think she knew that this challenge was just going to be too, like a gladiator match. Someone was probably going to hit her wrist with that leaf blower, you know. They came for her with a tambourine. They'll come for her with a leaf blower.
I mean, probably. Sure. Okay. Whatever.
It's so lame.
This woman is so infuriating. Like it's so infuriating to me, because I'm like, girl.
Thank you, production, for bringing out the medic to underline that nobody is asking her not to do anything, because this is ridiculous nonsense.
It's the medic is like, I'm not even a doctor. I didn't tell her anything. She just continues to be ridiculous. She's like, she's going upstairs to call her lawyer, and she's like, well, she can't play. She can't pick up the leaf blower and play, but she can walk around with a laptop on her wrist. Like,
I don't know if you've noticed this, but Omarosa has, like, to my knowledge, almost never tweeted about this show.
Not that I know. Not that I saw. But I don't follow Omarosa, so
I went and looked this morning, because I was like, Omarosa, you must be hating this edit, because you look ridiculous. And I scrolled for a bit and did not see any House of Villains retweets. There's a lot of football content, some, you know, family stuff, whatever. Mm-hmm. No House of Villains.
She's getting the edit she deserves, I'll say. Tiffany Pollard said it best. I won't repeat it, but Taylor, if you feel the need, you can. But I won't repeat it.
We'll save it for the end. Save it for the end.
Period. So she's not participating. She quits. She quits, and she says she can't do it. Medical told her not to do it, so she's not going to do it. But she's going to go sit in a very safe spot to watch, which was her bedroom closet, in the closet of all places. So, Jesus Christ, this woman. So the competition begins. Everybody's blowing their balls back to the back, except for Anfisa. She is blowing one green ball up the stairs, up the little ramp, and she is like, I'm doing it. I'm getting it. The ball goes up. The ball's over the place. The ball goes back down. She's like, shoot. So she goes back down, and she gets the ball, and she keeps going up. She's like, I don't care if I score 1 point in this game. Shake is going to lose, period, because I know he's coming after me, which he was. And so I appreciate she was very correct. And I was like, Anfisa, girl, I see you and I understand you. She like, I can work on maybe Tanisha and Johnny. Maybe they probably won't put me up if I work hard enough on them. This man go always put me up. So therefore, I need to stop him from winning.
Also, we here at the Cup do not want Shake to win. So people targeting Shake, great for us. We're sat for it. Thank you for putting that man in his place, Anfisa. It was like, I was like, this is fan service. And I will say, Shake was doing really well in this competition. I think if Anfisa doesn't stop him, there's a good chance he wins.
Oh, he definitely won. He was up by 20. He had 20 points before she even stopped him. But
no, yeah, he was winning.
He was winning. So I'm going to give this to Anfisa. I don't do this often on this show because we don't really do this. We usually say this for the drag show. But Anfisa, you get a Mugler moment for this. Cheers, Mugler. You ate that up. Stopping the man who was coming after you for sure. Anfisa is starting to play this game. And I'm starting to appreciate how she's playing this game. And I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it all. So
the rest of the cop is kind of funny because once Anfisa stops Shake, we get, I think it's Johnny Bananas and
Fair Play.
And Fair Play. So they're basically in the running to win this whole thing. And look, after how much crying Fair Play did last episode last round when he didn't get supervillain, I love watching Fair Play lose and crying. So like I am rooting against him in this intensely. I also know Bananas is going to protect my girl Tanisha. So
absolutely,
1000% rooting for Bananas here. And Bananas, being the kind of devilish dude that he is, immediately gets Tanisha to go start blocking Fair Play so that he can win.
Absolutely.
Which I was worried. I was like, this might backfire. Like, y'all might be showing your cards a little bit, but I get it. Like, let's secure this power. We're near the end of the game. Pull out all the stops.
And winning, he did. Our winner was Johnny Bananas, and I was like, yay. As long as you keep my girl safe, you can win all day.
We're good.
We're good. And so Johnny made his point very clear in his confessions what he wanted to do with this power of supervillain. He was like, look, I told Fair Play, if he puts Bobby up as supervillain and I go up, I'm coming for you. And that's what happened. And so Johnny was like, I have no problem doing what I'm about to do. But he played it smart and he made sure that Fair Play didn't know that he was on the chopping block. He was like, oh no, we're good. We're good, bro. No, we're besties. You know, we're great. We're cool. Don't worry about it. I got you. And he was like, I mean, let's go be Omarosa and Visa. You know, we'll just go do that. Chop, chop, chop. Done.
But he lets the viewers know. Like, there's literally never been a round where it's been so clear who's going up. Like,
absolutely.
He's adamant. You know, it's Omarosa's going up because she didn't play. Also, she was against me. And then Fair Play's going up because of last round.
He did. I like the openness that we get, and then to see how he's playing it with them. Like,
because he tells both Anfisa and Fair Play they're fine.
Yes. And Johnny's like, if she's fine, am I not fine? I'm like, nope.
Well, he doesn't. So he doesn't tell Anfisa in front of Fair Play she's fine. It's funny because like later on in the night, he does this thing where he's like, hey, Anfisa, if we go like hang out in the Swan in the pool, maybe you could be safe. And that's when Fair Play is like, wait a second. Why are you even like joking about deals with Anfisa? So it's just funny because, you know, Bananas is like straight up telling both people they're safe, but also still taking time out of his day to play in the face of Fair Play. Like he's like, it's so villainous and mean and funny.
It's lovely. I mean, he literally told Anfisa, Tanisha, and Shake right after the challenge, y'all safe. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, oh, okay, cool beans. And then Johnny Fair Play was kind of like, are we good? And he was like, yeah, we're good. The only person he ain't never told they were good was Omarosa.
And that's
duh. You quit. You going in. Period. But he took, like you said, he took the time out of his busy schedule of sitting around the house and planning his next move to go to Fair Play and be like, no, we're good. No, I got you. You know I got you. I don't hold grudges. That's not what I do. When absolutely you hold grudges and absolutely you're not good. But you know, Johnny don't have to tell him that. It's like we're good. But So there was no luxury thing this time.
Mm-mm.
Nothing. Um, they were just trying to figure out what they would go do, and like we said, we saw the lair was happening in an hour. Everybody was getting dressed for that, and we see Johnny tell Effie if she goes on this swan date in the pool with him, she could be safe. And Johnny's like, "Well, what do you mean? What do you mean?" So we go to the lair. That really is really right to the lair. We get to the lair,
Yeah,
and they are moving this episode along quickly
fast.
because
Yeah.
we got it because we're getting the whole episode in one. We're getting all of the things that happens. So we need to move this on. And so we get to the lair, and Johnny makes his hit list. So the first person he nominates was easy. He was like, "This one was easy. I don't like people that quit, and I'm putting up Omarosa." And
And
she was,
she
yeah, she went off a little bit.
she does not take it well. She like stops in front of the supervillain chair to basically kind of be like, "Are you really calling me a quitter? Like your girl Tanisha quit. The medic is the reason I quit." And it's honestly kind of an astounding display, like to continue to insist on this lie when like I don't know, just like girl, come on, like you chose not to compete. Sit there on the nomination block and make your case, but like lie in the bed you made.
Exactly. Like that was your choice. You decided you didn't want to do it because honestly you wouldn't have won it because it was I mean, if you're going on the mentality of play smarter, not harder, fine, don't play because you know you wouldn't go win. And I would have just walked around blowing the balls around because I know I'm not gonna beat Johnny Bananas and something running around trying to put these balls in the thing, but at least attempt to do it. Like that's what you should have done. She could have attempted just happily blowing, just walking around. Like even in the other hand, from not the wrist that you claim is hurting, put it in the other hand and just be like, hold it up with the other one. Like I'm trying, y'all, doing the best I can. With y'all know my wrist is kind of hurting, but I don't want to quit. Then that would have been an argument for you not to go on the block. But you just set yourself up to go on the block. Just sit there, take it, move on.
No,
But
or storm out, or just storm out of the room,
or just storm out because she does that. Like I guess quitting only is okay with but your girl did it, and you ain't punish her. He was like, first of all, and let's be honest, he wasn't in power at the time, was he?
Yeah.
I don't think he was in power.
He's not the reason Tanisha was up on that block against Shake and Corinne. You know,
No.
it's like
it was Omarosa. So
that was your round, girl. Like,
he wasn't in power, so he couldn't have did nothing about it. No way. He voted to keep his ally in the game. Absolutely. But that was the only power he had. You put her up there. But now he has the power to put you up there and you quit. Girl, take it. Anyway, so then he was like, for my next one, this is a little bit trickier. So bear with me, Joel. So he goes to this spiel. And he's like, when you're a wolf, if you see a wolf in the wild, you know what a wolf is there to do. The wolf is going to eat you, and the wolf is going to, scar you and maim you. And Joel is like, does this have a point? Does it have to do with the supervillain? He was like, hey, I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it. He was like, okay. He said, but you also have rats. And when you have rats, they throw their fecal matter around like rats would do. And Joel was like, is there a point to this? He was like, I'm getting to it. It's coming. He was like, and I would rather play with a wolf than a rat. And so, Amphisa, I'm going to stick with what I said. And Johnny Fairplay, the rat that you are on the hit list. And I was like, ooh. And Johnny Fairplay,
bawling, weeping, like
sobbing,
cannot handle this. Just starts going on about how much he loves Bananas. He considers Bananas one of the best friends he's ever made. They're just so close. Y'all, this man is in his 40s. He has probably known Bananas for like 2.5 weeks. Banana has played 21 seasons of reality television. Do you really think you're going to tell a man who has played 21 seasons of reality television or more that like you're his best friend of all time because of 2.5 weeks? Clownery.
The foolery of it all. He's just like, I can't. I would never do anything. I had your back. I still have your back. You're my best friend. I didn't do anything to come for you. I would never come for you. And Johnny's like, remember what I told you? If Bobby, when you gave the supervillain to Bobby, when you had a clear choice to give it to someone else and you chose one bad move, and this is what he was like. Yes, one bad move, and this is what it is. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. Like, this is what's happening. And Fairplay was like, you're my best friend. Are we done? Are we done? If she got to storm out, if she got to leave, I get to leave too. I just can't. And so he storms out too. So nobody stays around and do what they want to do. They just do what they want to do on the show.
The OGs cannot handle their shit.
I said, I can't with this. My favorite line in this episode was from Tanisha. And she was like, I feel bad. I know I shouldn't, but I feel bad. But I understand why Johnny did what he did. But Omarosa and John and Fairplay are the oldest people in this house, and they falling apart. Like, tighten up. Yeah. Like, tighten up, y'all. Like,
Johnny Bananas uses the phrase "a reality television villain midlife crisis" to describe Fairplay's reaction, and I thought that was hilarious. It is just so pathetic.
It was quite pathetic, and I was like, I don't know if this is how you want your game to be, John Fairplay, but
yeah,
it's kind of sad. I'm not gonna be on TV calling somebody my best friend after 2 weeks.
No. Well, and at one point, he's like, he goes up to the room and he's like, Bananas. He's like really insistent about telling Bananas how much he loves them. And Bananas like, if you really mean it, kiss me on the mouth. And he's like, okay.
I was like, sir.
Bro.
And he goes over there to do it. And then he was like, put your thumb up my ass. And I was like, and he was about to go do it, and Fairplay just started farting on this man. And I was like, oh God.
So this is definitely where I think Bananas takes it way too far, because you can tell after, like, Bananas kind of farts on Fairplay like multiple times, and Fairplay ends up leaving the room feeling like really, really sad and hurt. And I think Bananas just like, I get that Bananas probably had a hard time taking this response seriously, but I think his best move in the moment would have just been to accept it at face value and not exacerbate the situation. Because I think the way he I think Fairplay did mean it somewhat. I don't think Fairplay was coming at Johnny that hard until this happens. And then when he goes to bed that night, he's like hurt, and he's gonna wake up pissed off.
Right. All right. It was a little. He just took it too far. I think the first one, it was like, okay, haha. But then he did it again, and I was like, that's a little much. And see, for me, you do that to me the first time, I'm pissed. That's just me. You fart on me, I'm pissed. But Fairplay he went away and went to his room, was like, you know what? I tried. It is what it is. So now he wakes up the next morning. He's like, now. He said, y'all got to remember who I am. I'm Johnny Fairplay, and I don't play fair. I don't play fair at all. So let's see what I can do. So now he's on a mission, and he's like, I need to get the votes to stay. He knew Tanisha was not voting for Omarosa, so he was like, I got Tanisha to vote for me because she just don't like Omarosa. It's not about me. It's about her dislike for Omarosa. Need to work on Shake, because Enfisa is going to vote for me because she's friends with Omarosa. Makes sense. It's Shake I got to deal with. Shake is the swing vote this week, which is crazy because Shake has been in trouble every week until this week, and now he's the swing vote. So
he handles it like I expect him to.
Who, Shake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, anyone that comes up to him, he wants to demand the world.
Absolutely.
And make a deal.
I mean, and in this moment, you're supposed to. You should.
Yeah, totally.
This is a time where you have to be like, what can you do for me? Because this is maybe the only time that I'm gonna have this kind of power. So what can you do for me? I'm the vote you need. What can you do? And so we hear the pitches from both Omarosa and from Johnny Fairplay, and both of them are actually good options. It just comes down to whether you believe this person or not. Like Fairplay told him, look, if you keep me this week and you're at the end, you got to vote for me. I will vote for you to win this thing. Because Johnny got people and I don't want him to get it. Now Fairplay is like, now I got to go against Bananas. Now for the first time, I think really in this game, he's truly going against Bananas. And like I said, I think
he wants as many people to do it as possible.
Exactly.
And I think it's a good argument because at this point in the game, Bananas is quickly shaping up to be one of the biggest threats.
Mm-hmm. And then he does something that I'm like, he goes to Tanisha and he's like, look, at some point we're going to turn on our friends. This is what the time has come. Well, it's getting down to the end. And if you really want to win and not play somebody else's game, you need me here to help you get him out. And she was kind of like, facts, true. Because after a while, you got to go against your friends. That's just how it's going to happen. If you want to win, if you want to be the sole survivor, you have to go against the people who you've been aligned with this entire time. And so I'm thinking she's seeing that. Shake was seeing that. Even Anfisa was seeing that because Anfisa was talking about going against Omarosa at some point. She was like, I have to do it at some point because I can't win if she's here and, there's only one of us go win and I need to make sure it's me. So he talked to her, he talked to Anfisa, and then Omarosa talked to Shake. Omarosa and Shake was like, if you can get me a guarantee with Anfisa that she's going to vote for me, if it comes down to it in the end, I'll vote for you to stay. And Omarosa was like, let me go get to work. And she went and got Anfisa. They talked to her, talked to Shake.
Can we just underline that this is kind of a stupid promise from Shake? Because Anfisa is going to agree to this. Like, you don't need to commit yourself this hard. Just hear them out. But all right, Shake, go off.
Go off. They agree to do it. And we all see Omarosa in the confessional is like, promises in this game is like sand in an ocean. Like, once the tide comes in, it washes away the promises that we made, which is fair. And I feel like if I was going to listen to anybody's promise that they might keep up a promise, it wouldn't be from Omarosa. Like, I don't think Fairplay is that much better, but Omarosa, absolutely not. So
yeah, hell no.
I just couldn't see myself being like, I actually trust what Omarosa is saying, so I think I might keep her. No, I don't think I could.
You also, Omarosa and Anfisa are like not really going to turn on one another ever, probably. Whereas Fairplay doesn't have a duo in this game right now in the same way.
Yep, absolutely. So we get to the banishment room of it all. I think that's what we're there now, right?
Yeah, like it's a quick episode and like the campaigns are pretty like clear cut. Johnny really Bananas would prefer that Fairplay leaves because he sees Omarosa as a quitter. She's easier to beat moving forward. I do think that's the right read. I just think Fairplay gets on the campaign trail really effectively here so that it ends up being like a tighter vote. Bananas as supervillain can't really control it. He can just kind of make his recommendation. Yeah, but I mean, they move through that campaigning pretty quickly, and it really is like we pretty much know Tanisha's locked in on voting for Omarosa. She knows Bananas wants Fairplay out. She's like, I think you're wrong. Like, I think Omarosa is the right move here, and that's who I'm voting for. But y'all do you, which I thought was like a refreshing approach. Like, don't read into this. Like, we can be aligned, but I'm just letting you know I'm sticking by my decision. And I like this.
She was like, I respect y'all's decision, just respect mine, and y'all make the vote. Shape, you be that swing vote to decide what you want to do. I'm just gonna stick without what I'm gonna do.
And everyone knows kind of where Anfisa's voting, so it's like there's not really a need to linger on the campaigning. Once we see kind of what everyone's had to offer Shake, we move into the layer.
Yeah. One thing what I did find funny was when Johnny ended up he was sitting with Tanisha in the living room and they were talking, and then he broke his glass of wine or whatever he was drinking. And Eva told him that was coming out of his paycheck. And he was like, it's so worth it though. He was like, but we'll just tell people that it was an attack of a tambourine.
Yes.
And Tanisha was like, I can't. The attack of the tambourine happened. It was tragic.
Omarosa was starting to catch strays here. As she
deserved. Like, she should catch more strays every single day. But we get to the lair, and they put the supervillain in his spot, and they put the people on the hit list in their spot. Well,
and like Lana, Omarosa begins coughing at this point.
I mean, this was my homage to I feel a tightening a tightening on my chest. I can't I can't control it. But I'm gonna get through my spiel on why I should stay, because I love you all. I don't see any of you as a foe. I want us to be friends after. Yeah, but yes, love all of you. Johnny, what is your plea? And Johnny's like, I played this game. I didn't quit. I want to be here. And that's what it is.
It's a pretty impassioned plea. Like, I kind of felt for him in that moment. It was one of those, like, I love this game and I want to be here. Like, please let me keep playing. And like, yeah, like not a bad pitch given that you're up against a quitter who's coughing.
And then Joel lets anybody else say. He was like, anybody else have anything that they want to say? And Shake is like, I do. Johnny, why do you cried the whole last episode, and when you cried at the domination thing, and I kind of find that pathetic. So why should you stay?
Shake, what is this jury management? What is this? This is so bad.
It's so bad. And Johnny was like, yeah, I cried, and I meant it. I meant everything I said, and I still didn't quit, and I still want to be here. So yeah, if that's pathetic to you, then so be it. But and he's like,
good for you, fair play.
Okay, it's like, okay. And he's like, Omarosa, you why should you stay? I don't even remember what he asked Omarosa.
Yeah, I don't he gives her shit, but I don't remember it being that it wasn't like I don't remember it as well, ironically.
I really don't remember what he told
her. Shake does not handle the spotlight well. I think he was so excited about being the swing vote that he was like, I need to make more TV. I need to show people my new wardrobe from Target. Please don't look away from me, cameraman. And I wish I was more excited about this moment, but I'm not.
Yeah, no, not from Shake. If it was happening to anybody else, I'd probably be more excited. Like, not excited from what Shake had to say. But Omarosa's like, I mean, if my injury is why I'm here, then whatever. but I love you all. And so they were like, okay, well, it's time to vote, and you all have a seat, and they'll strap you in the seat. And Shake goes to vote. Johnny Fairplay sits down. He gets strapped in. Omarosa sits down, and they start strapping her in. She's like, "Oh no, not
You do that.
not my. It's too tight across my chest. Just I can't. No, it's gonna collapse my lungs. Her lungs across her chest. Her lungs are up here, apparently. I don't know. My lungs seem to be a little down a little bit. Her lungs are up here, right across the top of the chest. And she feels like these belts
They're gonna
that
suffocate her.
they're gonna crush her lungs. And I can't do it. It's too tight. It's not if it's gonna be that tight. They were like, well, if we flip it and you aren't strapped in, you'll fall and hurt yourself. I went on to do that. And she's like, it's just I can't I mean, I don't care if you do it as long as it's not across this tightening of the chest area here. And so this is all happening as the vote is going on. And so the vote goes on, and we find out the results of the vote. And the vote is Omarosa's eliminated. Yay.
I would have been sad about this earlier this season, but after this shenanigans this episode, like, oh my
Bye,
god,
girl.
get out, go,
Bye,
please.
bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Like, you can go. I was like, okay.
She should have been safe here. Like, from a strategic standpoint, they should have kept her. But she is so damn annoying. I think that she gets her own ass voted out.
It's so annoying. And then, like, they have to go through all the foolishness with this woman. The medic comes in, and he's like, so what's the problem? She's like, it's just tight, and I don't want the tightening across my chest to crush me or suffocate or whatever. And he's like, well, what do you want to do? Well, what do you suggest? Because I don't want them to think that I am refusing to do anything. She was like, I mean, I just need you to tell me what you want to do, because, like, as always, it's up to you what you decide what you want to do.
She's looking for them to tell her she can't do it, and obviously they're not going to do that. She just doesn't want to say she's not going to do it, but eventually it comes down to the point where they're like, look, it's your choice. Like, you're either doing it or you're not. And unsurprisingly, she's like, all right, well, then I'm not doing it.
And she walks out. I was like, I walked in the front door. I'm going to walk out of the front. I was like, girl, you are pathetic. You, like, can't even just finish out the game. You came and you agreed to play the game, and this is part of the game, and you can't even agree to play out the game by she don't ever have to be on my screen ever again. As entertaining as I thought she was going to be at the beginning, she turned out to be more annoying than ever. And I don't need to see Omarosa on my screen ever again, honestly.
Yeah, I think there's just, like, an inflated sense of, like, what she brings to the show, and, like, I don't know, or what she's like. I think she just thinks she's the shit, and it's like, girl, your shit isn't as hot as you think it is.
It's not hot. And it just gave off entitlement energy to me today. And I was just like, ugh, I don't like it on anybody. I didn't like to see it when I thought Corinne was giving that entitlement energy. I didn't like it when New York was giving that entitlement energy. And I don't like it when Omarosa was giving that entitlement energy. You are not an A-list celebrity. Literally,
that's why you're on this show.
You're on this show. You're called wouldn't even say you're D-list. You're like Z-list celebrities. Like, yeah, like we know you for.
There's a reason Beyonce's not in that house. You know, or I guess Beyonce's not a villain, but, like, there's a reason Kanye West isn't in that house. Like,
absolutely, absolutely, because you're not that. You're not that. You're not Diddy. Even Diddy is not on the show. You know why? Because he's a bigger celebrity than you. It's you're not on the list. Like, and they had the nerve of re-razzing on Spencer when Spencer was in the house. I'm like, you ain't no bigger than Spencer. You're still a regular reality TV. In her case, I'm gonna say it, trash. You're just reality TV trash, girl. And you worked in the White House, but you got fired, and you worked for that administration that we don't even want to talk about. Girl, bye. Girl, bye.
Yeah, like
absolutely, you can go kick rocks and don't ever come back. She just bothered me. That whole situation just bothered me. I'm like, you are. First, you want to accuse this woman of hitting you with a tambourine. That never happened. And now you want to act like this wrist is the reason you can't do anything when there's nothing wrong with your wrist. And you want to get lawyers involved and giving the producers crap every step of the way. And now you won't even end the game how everybody else has ended the game.
Yeah. I just, watching her in that chair, like trying to get the medical team to say something they were never going to say, I was like, this would be humiliating for you.
and that is why she is not tweeted about this show, because I'm sure she hates this edit, but baby, this edit is what you deserve.
You should have seen this one coming, girl.
Because you plan to play shenanigans and foolishness in this game, but regardless, Omarosa's gone. Good riddance. Peace out. Kick rocks. Deuces. Don't come back. And that's how I feel about it. But we find out that next week
finale.
It's the finale next week. That is what's happening, and
we're getting a vote of some kind.
A vote. I'm thinking all of our villains are coming back to make a vote because we saw the chair flipping back over, and I was like, "Ooh."
I think the question is going to be how many people get eliminated before that final vote.
Oof, yeah. Something is happening at that dinner and how they're going to do it. So I'm excited.
If it's an eating competition, Bananas is going to the final.
Yeah. It depends, and it depends on what they eating too.
I would say no matter what they're eating, if it's an eating
Bananas is going.
Yeah.
I feel like if it's the eating challenge, Bananas and Tanisha can go, because I feel like Tanisha, unless it's like bugs or something, Tanisha won't eat that. She's not gonna eat that. Yeah. She's gonna have a problem with that. But if it's something like spicy, something, I think she can handle it, and I think she'll do it. And I think she realizes how much she really wants to be in this game now. The longer she's there, the more she realizes she wants to be in this game. And I understand it. I felt that with my whole soul. I was like, sometimes you start off not really knowing, like, I'll play it, be all right. But then the longer you stay in there, you're like, oh,
I care now.
I actually really care. I actually really want to play this game. And I think that's where she is. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see what goes down and how it plays out. But I just know that whatever happens, I'm rooting for Tanisha. And I'm going to be honest. That's who I want to win. But if Bananas wins, I would not be that mad either. It's three people that I wouldn't be mad to win. And it's Bananas, it's Tanisha, and it's Anfisa at this point.
Oh, 1,000% agreed. If Shake wins, annoyed. If Fairplay wins, annoyed. But the other three, all great winners, I think, at this point. And it's been a great season. I mean, pretty much everyone here has entertained me in some capacity. Bananas has been giving main character edit the whole time. And Fisa really came out of the background as like a dark horse. And I feel like Tanisha's just kind of been given like a really good heroes edit right from the get-go. Like, she's so easy to root for, so likable, so straight up with people. I love her. I need her to win.
Me too. It would be great to see her win, especially her not ever being on a part of a competition reality show before, and to come out and flounder a little bit, but get in her groove, and then realize how much she wants to be here and does it. It would be an amazing story,
and very deserved.
Very deserved. But that's it for now. We'll be back here next week at the same time, probably the same panel. And we'll talk more House of Villains. But subscribe to the channel before you go. We appreciate you watching. Hit all the buttons to say you support us, because we appreciate all the support. If you happen to hit the dislike button, hit it twice. Leave your comments. Tell us what you think about House of Villains, how you loving the show, because I know you are. And because y'all watching, this is the thing. I'm gonna go on a little mini rant real quick. Y'all watching these videos. We see you watch the videos, but you're not subscribing to the channel. I'm not understanding what's happening with that. You like it, you watch it, but you don't subscribe. So how about we put that third piece? You like it, you watch it, and subscribe to the channel, because we really would love to have your you subscribe. Hit the notification and the follow buttons and all that things, because we do put out content almost every single day about almost everything reality. You can jump over to our main channel if you're a fan of drag or drag race and all things in between, because we do all of that too over there. Put out content almost every single day about almost all things drag at the Cup Pod. And if you're a fan of Eurovision, that channel is ramping up. Things are happening over there. So you can check that out at the Cup ESC. Hit those subscribe buttons. Follow us on our social media outlets, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at the Cup Pod, because we have some funny moments and we do some funny things and we put them out on our socials. And that's starting to ramp back up in the new year. So we will appreciate that. If you want to follow Taylor and myself, you see them down there. The links are in that trigger down there and my Instagram right there. So follow us on all of our social media outlets. And if you keep scrolling down in the description, you'll get the link to the cup mug and all of our official cup merch.
Don't wait like I did.
Oh yeah, Taylor waited to the very last minute, but it's coming. It's coming. So I can't even be mad. Can't be mad. But go to lanagcreations.etsy.com to get all of your cup merch items and things. And we appreciate you guys. So we'll see you all next week. Cheers, y'all.
See you next week, y'all.
Cheers. Bye. Bye-bye. House of Villains. Omarosa's gone.
One more. Oh, thank the